We're following breaking news. At least 12 people have died as severe storms were ravaging the South, including a mother and her daughter who were swept away in their car by the floods. Emergency crews have made more than 1,000 rescues across Kentucky as rivers surged to historic levels. NBC's Kathy Park joins us now from Hazard, Kentucky. Kathy, good morning. What else are you seeing there now?
Hey, Jose, good morning to you. Yeah, parts of the South are now in recovery mode after a weekend of wild weather. Here in Kentucky, some spots saw 6 inches of rain, and that caused these creeks and rivers to overflow. Over to my left here, this is the North Fork of the Kentucky River. It has receded significantly, but it's still rushing, and you see a lot of the debris trapped along the banks right now. The governor, as you mentioned, said there were over 1,000 rescues this weekend, and currently there are hundreds of roads still impacted by standing water. And we just found out from the governor just moments ago that the death toll has now climbed to 11. That number perhaps could climb because we are still in a search and rescue mode right now. But it wasn't just Kentucky here in Tennessee, also across the South. They were dealing with some flood challenges as well. In fact, in Obion County, Tennessee, a levee actually broke and flooded entire neighborhoods. And the extreme weather is also being blamed for spawning a tornado in Alabama. And Jose, I should also point out that up north in New England, several inches of snow fell in that area. And this morning, hundreds of thousands of customers without power in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states. But adding insult to injury, as you can see right now, things have cleared up in Kentucky, but in the next 24 hours, things will be changing very quickly. It will get colder, and we're expecting more snow on the way, Jose.
Kathy Park, thank you so very much. And with us now, the governor of Kentucky, Andy Beshear. Governor, I thank you so very much. I know what a difficult time this is, and you've said that this is one of the most severe weather events your state has experienced in at least a decade. Take us to that. What was it like?
It's been tough. We have had flash flooding all across Kentucky on Saturday and going into Sunday. We still have now riverbank flooding in multiple parts of the state. In fact, we're doing an evacuation of an apartment complex right now. So we are still in the midst of this emergency, hopefully moving to our recovery phase statewide soon. But the breadth of it, from the furthest west counties having roads closed due to mudslides and rock slides, to still having water rising in parts of our east. This is a significant weather event that has sadly taken the lives of 11 of my fellow Kentuckians. So you got a lot of families that are hurting right now. We need the country praying for them.
Indeed. Governor, as you say that as of right now, there are still search and rescues, and there are still rescues going on. What does that look like? And just you were just commenting on just how broad this disaster is.
So we are primarily focusing the search and rescue now in eastern parts of the state where the river hasn't fully crested. We're thankfully able to get helicopters in the air today for the first time because the ceiling's been so low since Saturday. Really important that we do as much as we can today and tomorrow because we're about to get hit by a snowstorm. And we've already seen videos of water rescues in the midst of snow coming down. With power out in many parts of our state, we need to get our people to safe places. We've opened our state parks where we've told them, come on in. If it's days or weeks, we've got a warm, safe place for you. And you're our people and our neighbors. We're going to take care of you. Thankfully, we have extra search and rescue teams in from FEMA and from our surrounding states. So while sadly, we've had a lot of practice in this, and our first responders do this incredibly well. And thanks to the National Weather Service, we were able to pre-position our assets. Having so many other folks coming in and helping out is helping us make, again, over 1,000 rescues, and that was just in the first 24 hours.
Just, Governor, I never forget, that massive tornado that ripped through your state and others, more than 100 miles long, coming down to different parts a couple of years ago. Just the solidarity, the extraordinary love that Kentuckians have for their fellow man, and how much they're willing to come forward and help, even when they may have lost some as well. I know you said you're planning to apply for individual assistance from the Trump administration today. The president has already approved your disaster declaration. What more do you need?
What we need is that application, once submitted, to go through. I do want to thank Secretary Noem and the president, who have responded to all of our requests, turned around the declaration of emergency about as quickly as I've ever seen. FEMA is with us here in the EOC, and they brought in resources, extra search and rescue teams. So really grateful for how they're operating with us. What we need for our people is continued support. We've opened a relief fund, the Team Kentucky Storm Relief Fund. That's going to help us pay for funerals, at least 11 of them that are coming up. And then we're going to have some people, hundreds displaced right now, that are going to need help getting back up on their feet. And so what we see is a lot of resources coming during the emergency phase, but for some of these families, it's going to be years digging out, and there's going to be a lot of mourning in these communities that have lost these children of God taken from us far too soon.
Governor, I thank you very much. All the best to you, and thank you.